Hi, and welcome back to Pittman's Pumpkin Patch. In part 8, I mentioned to you about that tip to knowing when your flowers are going to bloom, both male and female. And as I said, it would bloom the next morning, and here we are, June 25th, 2011. And there's the first male flower that has bloomed. And let's take a look inside. We'll get a close look. Okay, and there is the stamen right in there, right in the middle of it, and that of course has the pollen on it, and that is of course what the bees and all the other bugs love to get into, and then they go and hopefully get to the female flowers. Now when it comes time for me to do hand pollinating, I take the flower and I peel off the petals and have just the stamen in my hand, and then I use that, and I just like a Q-tip, I go in and I brush inside the female flower on the stigma on the female flower, and voila, hopefully in about 2 or 3 days you'll know whether it was successful or not, whether you pollinated the flower or not. So that's what it looks like. It's a nice gorgeous yellow, and we'll see what I get on the Cinderellas, whether those flowers will be a little bit more on the orange or reddish side, because that pumpkin has a more red color. So let's see what happens there. Those two male flowers, these right here, I can tell that this one right here that I'm touching is probably going to be blooming, I would say, in the next day or two, because I can tell it's starting to get plump. That's another thing. Besides it, the petals turning yellow, they start to get plump, and I can see that these little pieces right here are starting to fall, even from yesterday. So I wouldn't be surprised if I come out this evening and see that it's starting to the petals are starting to turn yellow. Wouldn't surprise me. One thing you can do, though, here's another little tip. If you're not sure that you're going to have male flowers blooming on the same morning that the female flower is blooming, what you can do is you can take the male flowers that you get, snip them off, put them in a Ziploc bag and refrigerate, put them in a refrigerator, and keep them for a few days. And if there's no fresh male flowers on the morning that your female blooms, you can go to the refrigerator, get out that male flower, and use that pollen. It would be my second choice. Of course, obviously I would like to have fresh male flowers on the morning of a female flower blooming, but this is your backup. Okay, so just wanted to show you that. And we had a rain last night. It's come through, and of course this is my howden plant. That's done really nice. Here's another baby howden plant right here, and because we had a rain, you can see the sprouts coming up right there. And I kind of dug around very carefully on the bottom to give it a little helping hand. And again, with that rain last night, here's my other mound of howden plants. And I got 7 planted in here. And again, I came in and helped out after the rain knocked a lot of the soil away, exposing the baby leaves. I came in and kind of gave them a little helping hand. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 out of the 7 sprouted up because of the rain knocking away the soil. Other than that, everything else is doing good. A lot of growth. You can see that this howden vine right there goes all the way back there, and it is getting close to that mound, and I got it trained, as you can see, to go right between those 2 pencils. And I got another, here's a Big Max back here. I get it on the opposite side. You can see this vine is starting to grow out this way towards the gate, and that's not what I want it to do. So I'm going to have to, when it gets long enough, I'm going to have to try to bend it around and get it to start coming in the right direction. So that's going to be interesting. Alright, well, So long from the Pittman's Pumpkin Patch.